Yeah, hi there. Good evening, everyone. So let us start the session. So we have the new members today. Let me quickly brief about our training program. Okay. So we are going to be learn about a React JS. The target of attendees are working professionals and career gap students. Even freshers also can attend. So I'm going to be explain from the scratch to advanced level. So let me introduce myself, Krishna. So total I have the 15 years of experience. I was running these trainings from the past 7 years. So this is my React JS batch 20. So in this course, I'm going to be cover designing part HTML, CSS, React, Material, and React Bootstrap. Okay, next coding part, I'm going to be cover JavaScript, React JS, Redux, React JS Toolkit, okay, and third-party libraries and packages, which are used for the real time. Plus, I'm going to be complete so real-time project in a JavaScript and as well as React JS also. But at the end of the session, I will make sure you will get 2 years hands-on experience. Okay. So I will promise you definitely you will get 2 years hands-on experience. So for to get experience from my side, I will give you 100% effort. From your side also add your 100% effort so that we will make a success. Okay, so definitely everybody coming to the session with a specific intention like I want to become a React developer. I want to switch to career from the QA to a developer, or I want to become .NET plus React, or I want to become a Java plus React. So definitely these sessions are useful 100%. Okay, now make sure in detail I will explain. At any point of your time, if you have a questions or doubts, so just please unmute yourself. Make it as interactable sessions. At any point of time you have a questions doubts you can able to ask me. Okay, so in the session also beginning and end of the session we will have the more discussion sessions. Okay, in between also we can able to discuss it. Okay, so even if you have the basics also, that is fine. From the scratch to advanced level I will take you. So not only this one, so if you want to work in a project, you must understand the design patterns plus design principles. So I will explain you the design patterns and the design principles also. Okay, na? Next. So the syllabus wise, I will share you. Okay, already in the yesterday session, I have explained you. So in detail, JavaScript, all the concepts I will cover. Next, in detail, React.js, all the concepts I will cover. Functional component, class component, atomic component, shared component, services, even including authentications also. Authentication. Next, API, integration. So all these things. In detail, I will explain you. Authentications, authorizations, integrations. Okay, so daily we will have 1 hour of session. So daily I will provide you the recordings also. Okay, now if you are missing any one of the session also, don't worry, you will get a recording on the session. So you can able to practice it. So while you are practicing also, if you have a doubt, if you want me to connect, I am ready to connect, no issue. So my intention was the attendee should be satisfied with 100%. Okay, that is my target. Okay, is that clear, right? So next, so from today onwards, we'll start with our sessions. Okay, so the main goal of our sessions are want to become a React.js developer or we want to become a full stack developer. So what is the starting point? The starting point is the design. So but design prospect to most of the members know HTML, CSS. Am I correct? So I will not waste more of time you to be spend HTML, CSS. Okay, so I will take directly to the JavaScript, but HTML, CSS, JavaScript together I will explain. Okay, na? So not only the coding. Okay, so next coding part. So we like this, we will go it. Okay, so let us start the session. Okay, so our target is to become a web developer. So what is a web application? Basically, we are into a software. A software is nothing but an application. It can be any type of applications. Where have the Windows applications, mobile applications, okay, na networking applications, AI applications, ML applications, data science applications. So many different types of applications are. Any application, the starting point is nothing but you need to learn about a programming language. So in the last session we have discussed about there are 250 plus programming languages are there. All these programming languages we can able to see We just had a discussion on a last session, but today onwards I will give the clear notes. Okay, we can able to categorize to the 7 different programming languages types. The first one is the functional language. Okay, so which is nothing but your C programming language. The first career definitely will need to be start with the C. Next, procedural, Fortran and Pascal. Next, object-oriented programming language, Java, C++, C Sharp, Python. Next, scripting language, JavaScript, Perl, VB script. Next, markup language, HTML, XML. Next, query language, which is nothing but SQL. And we're having the MATLAB. Okay. So now our target is we need to understand this JavaScript. So do you know the market? If you are a pro means a professional at a JavaScript, you are having the package of 15 to 20 lakhs in the market. JavaScript plus React JS. Okay, na? Hope you already know the market. That is the reason you joined the React JS. Okay. So without any delay, let us start this session. Okay. So what is a web application? A web application is a, please take the notes from today. Software component. It was developed by using web technologies. What are the web technologies? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. Where the software will run? It will be run on a web browser. Okay, simply, it's a software. So it was developed by using a web technologies run on a web browser. Okay. So if you want to build an application, I required ID, right? ID for integrated development environment. ID stands for integrated development environment. Sorry. So which ID we are going to be use? VS Code. So in the last session, I have installed the VS Code. Okay. So today I will start to create a VS Code project. Okay. So let me create a project. How to create a project? First, let me create a example project. My folder name is the example. So I told you yesterday I have installed the Visual Studio Code. So let me open the project here. Okay. So file. Just now I created a project now. Open folder. See file. Open folder. Batch 20. Examples. Example. Just I have created an empty folder. Next, if you want to build a web application, what and all files are required? Index.html. Next,
index.css.
index.css. Yes. Next, index.js file.
JS.
Okay. Next, what we did here, created a folder to implement an example. Okay. So next, open VS Code, go to file, open folder. If you know, that is fine. If anybody have the confusion, take the clear notes. Okay, it will open. And I have added 3 files. What are those? The file number 1 is index.html, index.css, next index.js file. 3 files I have added, HTML, CSS, and JS file. Okay. So let me implement the index.html file. Yes. So how to implement doc type HTML? Here is the root element HTML. It is having the head section. So next body section. So what is the purpose of head section? Here I can able to add a CSS and JS files. Okay. Next in the body section, let me add a content S2. Welcome to PKC Shrine. Okay, na? So let me run this one. So I have able to run this one successfully. Okay. So this is called a physical path, correct? Can I deploy my HTML file? Yes, we can deploy. I will tell you in the next week. So how to deploy in the local server? I can able to run even HTML also in a port, local host 3000 or 4000 port. That I will explain. So as of now, I'm running the physical path. Remember it. Okay. So my application was created. Perfect. Now to this application. So as of now, I'm adding a just a single content with a one single header. We'll see one by one. Okay, now headers, footers, table structure, okay, JavaScript, all these things. So just simply follow me. Okay. So note this example. Noted,
Done,
right?
Krishna.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Next, I want to apply the styles to this one. So how many ways to apply? Please note down. Apply styles to HTML elements. Okay. So how many ways to apply? One is inline, internal. Third one is external. Same CSS or JS file. So apply styles are JavaScript HTML element. Please take together. Both are same. Inline, internal and external. So what is mean by inline? Okay, inline. So inline means adding a style or a JS code within the element is called inline. Either it can be a inline style or inline JavaScript. Okay, adding a style or JavaScript code within the element. Simply it is called inline style or inline JavaScript. What is the purpose of a JavaScript and CSS? So JavaScript will add so to an element styling will add beautification. Okay, so it will add a beautification. Next, what is the purpose of a JavaScript to an element JavaScript will add event or action. So the purpose of a styling is adding a beautification. The purpose of a JS is nothing but adding a event or a action. Okay, you are clear, right? So either it can be inline or internal or external. So the main purpose of JavaScript is nothing but it's add an action. Okay, so it will add a beautification, styling. So let us see the inline. Okay, na how it will work inline. Okay, so let me add. For example, let me add input type is equal to button. Okay, value is equal to save or click. So this is my button. So let me refresh here. Okay, button. But it's look like a good no. Can we add the beautification? Yes. How to add a beautification? So see here by using a style. Style, okay, color, white, okay, background color. Let me add some blue color. Let me check. Okay, na? So let me add the inner space. So space is added. The inner space is done by using a padding. Okay, so 10 pixel instead of let me add a 5 pixel. Okay, but it's not like a cursor pointer. Let us add the cursor point. But in the element, if you're adding the inline styles, what will happen? The lines of code was increasing. Now that is the reason we'll go for the internal or external simply. Okay, so cursor pointer. Now see cursor pointer. Okay, next. So this is called inline styling. Same to this one. I want to add inline JavaScript. How to add inline JavaScript? By using an event or action. So in the JavaScript, we're having the on click. So this is the on click specific to a HTML only. For example, alert. Let me show one. Okay, alert. When I clicking on this one, I am able to show the alert. So this is the what we need to add inline styles and inline JavaScript. Okay, so please note down. Okay, one second. Okay. So you are clear, right? So now what happen if you're adding the inline styling? Okay, so too much of stylings add within the HTML. For one element you are adding, but in the real time you have the so many elements, right? So along with the HTML, the CSS and JavaScript are also increasing the coding wise. So how to handle this case? By using a internal. Okay, internal CSS or JavaScript. What is mean by internal? Adding a CSS or JavaScript under the header section within the HTML page is called internal CSS or JavaScript. Okay, now within the same page, if you're adding the CSS or JavaScript, simply we are treating as internal JavaScript. If you are using the React to JS follow the concept of internal one. So JavaScript and JSX code together we are writing. Okay, only CSS will be written in the separate CSS file. Okay, so what it means? Simple instead of adding here for this input, right? I want to add simply input under the head section. I want to add a style. So style input. So remove all the internal inline styles from here to convert as done. Okay. So here this is called a clean code. This is called a clean code. HTML was separate, CSS was separate. So I can able to create a JavaScript also. So how to create a JavaScript script? Type is equal to text slash JavaScript. Sir, for a style you are adding directly, but the script you are adding the type slash JavaScript. Why? There is a type slash module also. That is the reason. Okay. But how to add a JavaScript? We need to create a function. But don't worry, I will explain you one by one. Okay, na? Function click. Okay. So here I will add you the alert one. So instead of adding the alert one here, I will call the click function which is on the top. So let me. So in this case, it was a very clean code. But still, if we are using the internal, I can't able to reuse these styles in a different files. That I will go for external style and external JavaScript. Okay. So please note down this example. But initial days you will feel like it was easy. So let me go. Okay. Na? After a few minutes, you will get a more in-depth concepts. So under the head section, we need to create a style and we need to add a styles. Script, you need to add a script. But again, you have the question. Sir, here you are adding the input. For example, can I add a different styling, class styling, ID based styling? I will explain you. Don't worry. So let us go one by one. Please let me know once you noted. Is that done?
Done, Krishna.